Yolan True and welcome to another exciting day in our galaxy, and it's time for another episode of our little A to Z Officer series. And today with another epic one, and one from the, let's say, earlier stages of the game. And that's the original series James T. Kirk. So it's the Kirk people of my age met for, the first of all the captains of Star Trek that came later. But even with him, we will just go through the regular stats. He's class command, which means we need command badges to upgrade him. He's from the original series Enterprise crew, which means if he's captain, as he's supposed to be, he can get synergy from others of that crew, but he still can give synergy to another captain of that crew if he's on the bridge. And he's from the Faction Federation, which means you need Federation faction credits to upgrade him. And if you seriously don't know this Captain Kirk because you're too young or whatever and have never seen the original series, then there's another longer explanation text about this character there. There's always a text about the characters in the info box, but some are quite short, but in case of iconic ones or from movies and series, there are longer ones. As you could hear, he does have a captain maneuver, and in this case it's a 3D strategist. That's like the 3D chess game. When fighting players at the start of each turn, as long as the ship has morale, TOS James Kirk increases the damage of energy weapons by 50% of the total defense of all officers on the ship, and that's cumulative. So very long text I had to read to you, which just has some prerequisites in it and some very important information. For example, that he is one of the early PvP officers of the game. You can still use them quite well if you don't have the most fancy ones like the Mirror Universe and the Freeman, and he still works. But as you can see, first of all, he needs morale. How he gets that, we come to that later, to activate his maneuver. But the morale and the energy weapons tell you that he is definitely a PvP officer for an explorer, especially for the USS Enterprise here. And in this case, he's not that good on a battleship or on an interceptor. But we have to look at the officer ability as well. It's all we have to go on, because that's where one of the prerequisites comes from. At start of each round, if the ship's health is about 30% of its starting value, James Kirk has a 85% chance to inspire morale to the ship for this round. So he brings his own morale he needs for his captain maneuver. And in combination with other original series officers, which are easier to get today in some cases than in my starting time on this server, then you will definitely have still a nice PvP crew. But you will not be able to compete with, let's say, the Mirror Universe, as I said, or the Freeman crew, or Veyun, or Ducat. But if you don't have anything else, original series crew is much better than a lot of other things. And if you are on an Explorer, they are quite a strong PvP crew. I never made the test versus Veyun here, which one is better. I guess the Veyun one is better, but the original series crew on an Explorer can get quite close to Veyun, I think. Of course, as an Epic officer, he does have 3 traits for away team assignments, and I started upgrading him. He can be captain, charismatic, and impulsive. And you see that I unlocked the captain completely already, because I regularly need that for my away team assignments. And on the bottom left, you see that he is on an away team assignment at the moment. That's how I'm using the original crew at the moment, because I have all PvP crews that are there in the game so far. And so I have no space because I don't have enough docks to put them on another ship as well. And so that's why Kirk is going on away teams for me. But of course you want to know how to get him, and for this we can just go to the recruit section, and we have 3 different options here. 2 options I can show you, and one that is just an event which I will tell you about. But if we go to the Ultra Recruit section, which I always call the overcrowded recruit section, there is the original series Kirk. You see that I don't have that many shards because it's the overcrowded section. And that's why you really need some luck to get a certain officer here. That's why there still is a number of officers I don't have maxed, or don't have so many from as you can compare to the others right next to him. But he's also in another section where you can choose if you want to do something, and I always chose, as you know, not to use it, but that's the Elite Federation recruit section. Here, the original Series Kirk is in, but when I spend faction credits, I want to use them for blueprints usually. So I do not buy these Elite Federation recruit tokens in the Federation faction and the store there, but you can if you want to. So if you really want some of those officers, you can, if you have the enough reputation there, buy those tokens and use them here in the recruit section. And there's a third option which I cannot show you because the event is not running at the time. That's the Crucible of War event. Then you have, depending on your level, 1 or 2 recruit sections here for the Crucible of War event, and there the original Series Kirk is in there as well. So you have a good chance of getting him not too late in the game if you're a bit more lucky than I was. It took me some time, but nevertheless, he still is a good PvP officer, as I said, and if you have a chance to get the original series crew, it will definitely be a good help for you until you have all the fancy ones, and until then, they will be a good deal for you. That's my opinion, and I always ask you for your opinion, so have a look if you want to share your opinion with us, either here in the comments or on the Discord. And if you have questions or video requests, you know that I regularly read the comments as well. And of course, I read the text on Discord regularly as well. If you are not on my Discord yet or are interested in other channels I have, where it's a separate Discord for all the other channels, I kept the STFC one separate, but there's another Discord. So if you want a link there too, you also can write it in the comments. Just let me know for which Discord you would like to have the link. And if you want to see another video right now, the next one is right here in the end screen. I'll see you there. I'll be back.